Let's do it. Let's do this, friends. Holy cow. Welcome. It seems like I have to say something after every little pause over there, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. We're going to do our best to keep up with that. So thanks so much for, one, not enjoying wrestling as cool as these voice actors, and two, thank you so much for just being here. You guys are great. My name is Abdallah. I run a YouTube channel called Abdallah Smash 026. Thanks for coming. I have a booth over there in case you want to hang out. But ultimately, it's not about me. It's all about the awesome two voice actors that we have over here today. How many guys fans of Pokémon content? Okay, great. Well, both of our guests over here have extensive voice lines in a lot of Pokemon series. I'm going to bring our very first guest to the front of the stage. That's going to be none other than Sarah Natochenny. Hello. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, you guys are here for her. This is going to be super fun. You can have a seat right over here. All right, this one's going to be great. And this is Gaming with the Stars, friends, in case I didn't mention that. We are going to be playing a game called Pokémon Stadium, while asking some really, really fun questions along the way. And if you guys have any personal questions about voice acting or anything that you're curious about of any of these characters that they play, you're more than welcome to come on over to the hot mic in the back corner over here if you want to line up over there. I'll call on you guys and go from there, okay? All right, so why don't we grab this and put this on. It's going to be right along your temples, easy peasy. Great,
Hi.
let's give
How's
that.
How's it going? Oh, that's so weird.
There you are,
Cool.
perfect.
Amazing.
Easy. All right, so Sarah, welcome to it.
Thank you.
How are you?
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, you can do it along the side of your temples if you want to, or you can go above like a headband.
That looks very silly.
You're fine.
What?
Yeah.
Does this look cool?
That looks way cooler.
No, come on.
Yeah, then you don't have the little hat or like the little hat
I don't
head.
want a little hat. Oh, wow, look at me.
Yeah, you're cool.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, perfect.
All right, great. So let's get our audience acquainted with you.
Yes.
Let's tell us about the top 3 characters.
So, hi.
The top
How's
3
my volume?
characters.
I honestly can't tell.
I think that they can hear us, and we're
Okay.
really competing with those guys
We're
over
really-
there.
Yeah, I don't want to scream at you. I'm Sarah Natochenny. I've been the voice of Ash Ketchum on Pokémon for the last 17 years. Thank you. And I play like 30 of the Pokémon. Baneri is my favorite. I'm Ash's mom as well, Dawn's mom, and most recently I was in Fortnite, and I'm also in Tokyo Revengers. Those are my 3 top
Super
things
fun
right
time.
now, I guess, yeah.
All right, good to hear. So I'm excited to have you on board.
Thank you.
But of course, we have our second guest, which is none other than AJ Beckles coming on down. Oh, he's excited for that. Look at this.
Run, AJ.
That's right. Oh, he's ready to go. All right, come on down. Stay a while.
This is how you put this on, like this.
Yeah,
like this.
just like that.
Did
You
you
can
know?
go over the hat if you want to, whatever you
You
want.
could go over the head. Let me see how that looks. You could, yeah.
If you want. Yeah, but
That
tuck,
looks silly.
tuck the cable
That
behind your
looks
shoulder.
weird, yeah. No.
That looks way less silly. What is that?
Yeah, that's all AJ.
That's all me?
AJ.
Yeah, AJ's doing that.
But this is, I can
Okay.
hear myself through this now.
Yeah, you could.
Hello?
You're not supposed to hear yourself. No, these aren't headphones.
This is cool. I like this.
All
I'm
right.
a gamer, bro. I'm a gamer.
Yeah, we're pro gamers over here.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of pro gamers, AJ, why
Yeah.
don't you tell us your top 3 characters that are
Yeah.
most popular?
Okay.
Just to get everyone acquainted right
Wow.
over here. We got a lot of Pokemon fans, if you can tell by their outfits.
Yeah.
So of course.
Yeah. So my number 1 most popular is probably Takemichi from Tokyo Revengers. I guess I should mention Hop because Pokemon. So I play Hop in the series as well, right towards the end of the latest season. And then next I play Sugilite. I actually just announced him recently. It's from a game called Honkai Star Rail. So yeah, I'm one of the 10 Stone Hearts, and we'll see more of him soon. But yeah, lots of fun.
That is super fun.
Super
Okay,
cool.
so since we are playing Gaming with the Stars over here, do you guys have any experience playing Pokemon Stadium on
I-
Nintendo 64?
No.
I studied 15 minutes ago. I learned how to play it 15 minutes ago, and I'm gonna beat you.
Probably.
This is
Most
true.
likely.
I'm gonna beat you.
All right. Do you guys know about the Pokemon type chart? You know, fire,
Yes.
water, grass.
Well, yes.
You know about this?
I know
okay.
about elements and the things.
You know
like
about
this.
the elements. Okay,
Yes.
great. I'm gonna
Fire,
quiz you on the
water.
spot.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
What is fire weak against, AJ?
No. Water.
Yes,
Yes,
that's great.
yes.
Any other types? Any other types?
Okay.
Hey, that's actually really good.
Rock.
Yes.
Oh, I'm doing great. Okay.
That's actually really good. Okay,
is
you got
really
another. You got
mean.
another one.
Is
for
there more? There's one more?
There's one more.
Oh, water.
I'm putting him on the spot for this one. This is just fun.
This is fire, right?
Yeah,
we're talking
fire,
about-
fire. Give me.
Oh boy.
You want
I
to
don't-
phone a friend? You can phone a friend.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend.
You. What is it? Ground.
Ground. Good job. Good job. Hey,
Thank
let's
you.
give him a round of
Thank
applause.
you.
That's some Pokemon trivia over here. Anyway,
Wow.
let's jump into the battle. You guys
Okay.
can grab the controller in front of you. Sarah, why don't you choose battle now by moving over this way, or maybe AJ, choose battle now.
It's not working. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
there we go.
working.
Press
there
the
we
A button. And go 2-player battle. Yep. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now a battle now is, in the game of Pokemon Stadium, you just get a set amount of Pokemon that you get to choose from. It's show 6 and choose 3.
Okay.
So you can take a look. The C buttons are replaced with the actual right stick.
Okay.
So the right stick over here, left, right, up, down, are
Okay.
going to be your Pokemon choices. So I think you just chose,
I
you
did,
chose
so I-
a couple of them wrong.
Don't-
yeah.
and
so
don't
press
tell
L
us
to
who you're
cancel.
picking.
Okay.
That's all right. Press L to cancel right now.
And then choose.
There we go.
Got it.
And now you have to really choose. Like everyone gets an electric type, everyone gets a flying type,
Oh,
a
I
grass
see.
type, a water type, a fire type, and a rock or ground type.
Ooh.
So your first Pokemon that you choose is going to be at a disadvantage or an advantage based off of what you think Sarah is going to choose over here.
That's
so yeah,
really neat.
there we go. She's already locked in one Pokemon. So Sarah is going to be player 1.
Okay.
And then AJ is going to be player 2. So what are you thinking, guys? Here we go. Choose one
Ooh.
Pokemon, and then you have to just choose your other 3, or your other 2.
Got it. Okay.
There we go.
But don't say what I'm doing.
No, don't say it.
Okay.
Because you don't want to give away which Pokemon you're leading with, right?
Okay.
It's like a big poker game.
Ooh. Wait.
Ooh. Don't take all day also.
Yeah.
Poker, I'm better at.
Yeah, you're feeling good. You're feeling good. She's locked in, ready to go.
I'm
I'm
locked in.
kind
I'm
of
ready.
scared.
All right, so here we go. While you're choosing
Okay.
that, okay, and
Yeah.
then you press yes, we're going to go into some of these questions that we have because it is an interview with you guys. We've got the deep questions over here. And like I said earlier, those of you guys that are just joining us, if you have any questions for our guests, if you want to line up over by that mic, I'll see you in the corner of my eye, and then I'll call on you. It'll be really fun.
Yay.
Okay, so how you play the game really quick.
Yes.
You press the A button to battle,
Okay.
and then you choose one of the 4 moves that you have set for your Pokemon.
Okay.
So press the A button.
Right.
Right? And then, Sarah, you can press the A button because you're the top one. And then you press the R button to check which moves they are.
Okay.
Okay? So you hold the R button.
Right.
And then you can see the C stick directions or the right stick directions, up,
Right.
down, left, or right. And then
Right.
you just lock in. Okay?
Oh.
Easy peasy.
Got it. Yay.
Okay, great.
What should I do?
Oh, she's asking.
Yeah.
What should you guys pick?
All right, what? Oh, someone says Fire Blast.
You got it.
Okay,
you
so
got
that's
it.
down.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, see down.
And then you guys have to pick mine too, or else it's not fair.
Oh, that's true. What do you
Yeah.
think of her Raichu? AJ's Raichu.
What
Oh,
is it?
someone yelled submission over here, so that's going to be
Submission?
to the right.
Thunder submission.
I think that means you want me to win.
Okay. I'm gonna do thunder. I'm gonna do
Okay, thunder is high power, a little low accuracy. Anyway, here we go. Starting off with the Fire Blast. Ooh, let's see if you make it. Oh, with a miss. Low accuracy Fire
Why
Blast.
did you miss?
Thunder.
Aim
Wow.
better.
Aim better. And there we go.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into some questions now that you guys know how to play. Easy peasy. All right, this one goes to AJ right off the bat. Okay, so how do you connect with the characters that you voice? Tell us about what kind of process you take to make that connection when it comes to brand new characters. How do you connect with them?
It's a really good question. A lot of that starts off for me, at least in the auditioning process.
Okay,
Like,
in the
when I-
auditioning process.
Right. So when I first see an audition, I go over it a bunch of times. They give us like a little description, sometimes a picture of the character,
Yeah.
and I try to just dissect as best I can using the context clues of the scene and everything like that.
Sure.
I try to get in their headspace. And if I'm good at it
Yeah.
and they like me, they cast me, and then from there I actually have a lot of help from the director.
Got
The
it.
director oversees everything and kind of
Yeah.
helps me. He gives me some information that I might not have if I'm just looking at the script for my character, being like, oh, this maybe go about it this way because your character is thinking this in the moment, those sorts of things. That helps a lot. And I think honestly, if you are the right person for the role, you usually kind of just get it.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feel free to choose a move and then answer the question. Same thing, Sarah. Whatever you want. You're the Rapidash, right?
Yes, yes. I'm playing. What do you mean?
Yeah. So you got to choose any move. So
Oh, I didn't
yeah, there
do
we
it
go.
yet?
Great.
Oh, my
Okay, so
bad.
same question to you. How do you connect with the characters that you typically have?
I mean, everything AJ said, but also empathy is a big thing. Like, you can't judge the characters you're playing. So even if
Yeah.
you hate the character you're playing and you're like, this is just a bad person, you have to figure out why this person does what they do.
Yeah.
And authentically, just scratch that. Just empathize with that character, 100%.
Yeah.
And play that character from a place of love rather than from a place of like, ugh, I don't think so. Like,
Yeah.
nobody thinks of, that character probably doesn't think of themselves like, oh, I'm horrible. Maybe the
Right.
character does, and in that case, you have to play that. But like,
Yeah.
most of the characters I play like themselves a lot.
Yeah, a whole lot.
You got to.
Yeah, I feel like that's
They should.
most characters.
Yeah, honestly, like, and that's a very good point because you
Yeah.
play these evil characters,
Evil
but they don't
characters.
think what they're doing is evil. They think
Right.
they're doing the right thing.
Right.
So you have to kind of, in this weird way, sometimes these characters are horrible. Find something to kind of latch onto to be like, this makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to take this and go somewhere with it. It's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, so like piggybacking off of that, have you ever had any like role get adapted into your own personal life? Like, okay, like here's a personality trait that I've been acting on this character. Now I'm going to like adapt that. Like I like that, and I'm gonna make it part of my own personality. Have you ever had anything like that?
Yeah, with Ash Ketchum, like his sense of adventure. I used to be very reclusive, and part of that was because of like how this role kind of started for me, and it was like scary for me, and I just kind of retreated
Yeah.
for many years. But I am very adventurous. I always traveled a lot, even as a kid. So like the fact that I'm now doing that, part of the inspiration for that, and part of the thing that keeps me going is like, I played this character for 17 years who is out there all the time without his family, and he's just making friends and having a good time. Like, just be free, and that, I think that's something that's, yeah.
That you've adapted.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. Anything like that, AJ?
Yeah,
What
for
are your
me,
thoughts on that?
that was really good. That was a good answer. For me, Takemichi is kind of this I wouldn't say tragic character, but he's kind of always trying to right his wrongs.
Okay.
And the whole story, without spoiling, is something happens, something really bad happens, and somehow he gets transported to the past, and he has to kind of retrace his steps and fix things.
Sure.
Right? And a lot of that has to do with him facing himself and trying to become a better person and make friends and be good to them and everything like that. And it kind of goes to show that there's never a point in which you can't get back up,
Right.
and dust yourself off and figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I take with me now, where I try to remember it's like, it'll be okay, you just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great segue into our next one is just figuring it out. So obviously you guys play characters with some different story arcs and evolutions.
Right.
Because you don't play the same Ash Ketchum every season.
Right.
He changes. So how do you guys deal, or do you guys have an example of dealing with some sort of evolution or of your story arc of your character, and how do you go about managing that?
Wow.
Is that all director? Is that you? Like, do you guys have an example of that? Whoever wants to go?
Sure. No.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
With Pokemon, like every 3 seasons, we get a new Ash, basically.
Yeah.
Like we get to see a different side of him, and we get to see him like go to a new location, make new friends, have different experiences.
Yeah.
And like with the Alola region, he got to go back to school, so we kind of get to see him in that kind of environment.
Sure.
So I don't know. I just love exploring all different sides of the character over so many years, and yeah, I didn't find it to be challenging. I just found it to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair?
Wow. I don't think I've ever. I haven't been able to stay with the character nearly as long as you have. I mean,
Yeah.
Ash has been around for a while.
Yeah.
I will say, whenever a character is kind of whenever they change, whenever like there's an aspect of their character that pops up that I didn't audition for. Does that make sense? Where it's like, this wasn't what I expected, now how do I handle it?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of the times it is the director kind of helping you figure it
Yeah.
out. Currently I'm working on a project that I can't really talk about, but where there's so many facets of the character that sometimes it's kind of hard to find a baseline and find out, when is it the right time to add this aspect into the read, and this aspect, when should they be strong, when should they be kind of, weak, when should they, and there's so many points in which it changes that you really do need your director to help you out to make sure you're in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
But I would hope that one day I get to have that experience of having a character over multiple years as I grow, as they grow, and kind of see how I approach them differently.
Yeah. Well, I want to see this electric Pokemon versus electric Pokemon battle over here.
Oh,
so
wait.
let's see what's going on with that.
What should I do? What should I do?
Oh, what do we think? Call out a move, friends.
Thunder Punch?
Strength, they're saying.
Strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raichu has like 1 HP left. 24.
I'm
there we
dead.
go. Yikes.
That's
well,
it.
That's one Pokemon
Boom.
down. Throw a rock directly
Oh,
at him.
no.
Way to go.
It hurts.
All right.
It hurts.
Okay, well, it looks like we have one fan question right over here.
Hello, friends.
Okay, great. Why don't you come really close to the mic? Really close to the mic. Tell us your name and where are you from?
Hello, my name is Tommy, and I am from Ironton, Ohio.
Hi,
Okay, I think
Tommy.
I heard Tommy,
Yep.
right? Tommy?
Yeah.
Yes, my question is, if you had a Pokemon in real life, what would it be?
Oh.
If I had a Pokemon in
If
real
you had a
life?
Pokemon in real life, what would it be?
So many. That's so hard.
All of them.
No,
of
one
them.
Pokemon.
One Pokemon.
One Pokemon.
If I get one, it's Pikachu.
Yeah.
Pikachu?
That makes sense.
Are you kidding me right
That
now?
Are you
makes
serious?
sense.
That's terrible. You need a Pokemon that can fly you anywhere. That way you don't have to wait in long lines at the airport, right? You just jump on their backs, right?
But I love Pikachu.
Pikachu has balloons that can fly, I guess.
Yeah. Pikachu flies.
How?
Sort of.
If he
You
gets
know.
launched.
It gets launched. Yeah. All right, either Pikachu or Charizard.
Ooh, Charizard.
Charizard makes sense. See,
Charizard's pretty
Charizard
cool.
makes sense, right? You could jump on Charizard's back and
Right.
fly it anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
You're done.
Very convenient.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I kind of fed you that answer, but you're gonna stay with Pikachu?
I'm going to stay with Pikachu.
Okay, you're just
I-
gonna agree with Pikachu? Come on, man.
Well, it makes sense for Sarah. I think Blaziken.
Blaziken.
Blaziken is so cool. Blaziken or Lucario, but probably Blaziken.
Okay, yeah. They're cool and everything, but like, why though?
Just because they're cool.
Because they're cool.
That's
No
it.
practical. Am I the only
Well-
practical Pokemon person here?
Well,
Yeah.
Blaziken is kind of like a humanoid type, feel. I feel like he could be a good buddy. I could probably play Pokemon Stadium with him if I got bored, Like, Blastoise doesn't have opposable thumbs. or anything like
What about
that.
Mr. Mime?
Oh,
How about that's your best friend? How about Jinx? Where are my Jinx fans
is
at?
cool. But
How about
Blaziken-
Magikarp? Would
How
anybody do a Magikarp?
Yeah, Magikarp. There you go.
Magikarp.
That's a great question. Hey, thank you so much, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
All right, choose your next move. How are you going to destroy that Sand Slash?
What should I do, guys?
Oh, yikes.
Now, why is it shaking?
Ooh.
Thunder Punch?
Ooh, maybe Psychic.
Psychic?
Psychic is a good one.
Psychic.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about fan interactions because we just had a fan over here ask a
did.
question about that. Do you
Best
guys
part.
have any really memorable fan interactions?
Many.
Give me your most memorable. It doesn't have to be recent. It could be at any given time. Something the most memorable.
Sadie.
Okay, here we go.
There's just a little girl named Sadie who loves Ash and loves Pokemon. And I know this is really non-specific, but I get to see her when I'm in New York, and she comes to the conventions in New York, and
Every
I love
time?
her. I think so.
That's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah. And there's also someone in New York who comes every time, and he's really, really sweet, Jamal, and I really like him. And there's another girl who suffered from depression really bad.
Yeah.
And was very grateful to me personally, and I was like, that's amazing, because I've talked about kind of struggling, and
Yeah.
and she's really cool, and she's doing really well, so
Yeah.
that's really nice to see. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one that I really remember. I unfortunately can't remember her name, but it was a little girl I met. I was at a smaller con, I think, in the South, and it was their last convention. This particular convention, it was the last one.
Yeah.
Because everybody that was running it was kind of like getting older, and they were like, we have other responsibilities. And for me, when it comes to kids or anything like that, I don't really care so much about money, especially if I see how excited they are.
Yeah.
And this little girl came up and she was extremely excited and, on the spectrum, and I play a character called Poison Mushroom Cookie. It's a mobile game.
Yeah, Cookie Run Kingdom?
Cookie Run Kingdom, exactly.
that game.
Mobile game. And she was so excited,
Yeah.
just freaking out how happy she was. And she was like, oh my God, your boy's on my screen. And then she ran away.
Yeah.
And I was like, where's she going? And I was working with somebody, and I was like, I need to remember, because I have my ADHD, I'm like, I have to remember to make this print so I can find her and give it to her. So I signed a print, found her, gave it to her, and she was so excited. She gave me a hug, started crying. I think she was like 9 years old,
Aw.
9 or 10 years old. Started crying, and it was no big deal to me because I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you're happy. Later on, they show up at a panel, not my fiance and I were doing, and they were sitting front row. It was her dad, herself, and her little brother, who was also on the spectrum. And he comes over at the end of the panel and he hands me a letter, and he's like, you know, take it, read it, you know, you can share it with who you want to, but like,
Sure.
I just want you to have this. And it turns out that they had, I think he had met his wife at this convention.
Okay.
They've been doing it for a while, but recently, just sporadically, his wife passed away, and like it was like a lot of like hard times for the family because now he's like raising them by himself and everything
Yeah,
that. And he writes me this long letter about how much me scribbling on a piece of paper meant to him and his family. And I was like, okay, I have to remember that no matter how long my line is, no matter how many people show up, there's always, every person is important.
Yeah,
it doesn't
you got
matter
to.
at the end of the day. So that is always in my brain.
Love that.
Love it.
Absolutely
Yeah.
love that.
Really cool.
Let's go ahead and choose your Pokemon. Electabuzz got knocked out, so if you press the R
What?
button to check.
Yeah, it was
Are you
pretty
kidding
bad.
me? Who led me astray? You led me astray.
Watching you. So yeah, hold the R button, and then you have a Rhydon left. Hey, that's an advantage. That's pretty good. So press down. There we go. All right, wonderful. So both of you guys work in the business where some of the anime characters that you voice are from different cultures and different languages. Tell me about the challenges that you run through with adapting that or assimilating some different style along those lines. Do you have any examples of how you overcame something where this is like a culturally Japanese character, so how do you make it Americanized? You know, something like that.
Yeah. It's tough because nowadays I think we're trying more and more to make sure that we're being respectful to that sort of thing.
Okay, respect.
Yeah, because back in the day it used to be about marketing and things like that, and they would Americanize Japanese names like Digimon. They changed the names to like more American sounding names so that
Sure.
kids over here would, you know, that I don't know why, but they did that.
Yeah,
And so now I try to just not audition for things where I can tell that it's very specific culturally. And in the other side of it, I mean, it's still anime for the most part, so it's still, you know. And in those cases, you try to make sure you're doing as much research as possible. You're asking the people in charge, how do I pronounce this? How do I make sure that I'm saying this the right way? Because you don't want to offend anybody. There's only so much we can do not speaking the language, but always constantly trying to make sure we're being respectful is really all we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I do a lot of work in Russian, and I just make sure that the Russian is right.
Okay.
I mean, I just bring my own culture to it. I'm born and raised in New York, but I didn't speak English until I was like 5. So I grew up in a very Russian household. And yeah, to know that, like, I grew up hearing so much bad Russian accent stuff. No offense, but
It's pretty bad.
it's pretty bad. It's a lot of oofa. So it's nice to be able to use the thing that I naturally have going for me, and you know, and just bring more of an authentic
Yeah,
vibe
for sure.
that isn't like hello. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Yeah, let's do
hopefully
it.
more to come. That is so loud.
Yeah.
It is. I think they're going.
Are you done?
That's okay. We're gonna keep on going though. But your Rhydon is at like 53 HP. You got to finish off
My
this thing.
senses are at 53 HP.
Overstimulating.
Hey, it's no
All right,
worries.
now what?
Yep. Choose whatever move. You're probably gonna be outsped by that Sand Slash. Yikes.
No.
Sand Slash is gonna do the work with the Earthquake. Oh, Rock Slide. Okay. Not bad. All right, friends. Here we go. Ooh, bad
didn't
choice.
do
Bad
anything.
choice. Rock Slide might do it. Might do you in. Ooh, okay. AJ, how many Pokemon do you have left? One more?
Oh, you still have one?
Yeah, he's got one more. So
Yeah.
bring him out. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
It's a
This is
Vileplume.
really
Oh,
exciting
wow. Yikes.
Yeah.
Those of you guys that know type advantages here. That's a hard one.
Am I gonna be knocked out?
Oh no.
Yeah, Vileplume is a grass type, and
Yeah.
you're a rock ground type.
Come
it's a,
on,
it's
Ride
a,
On, you
come
can
on,
do
Ride
it.
On, you got this. All right, friends. I want to hear your opinion on industry changes.
Ooh.
So what's happening more nowadays in just your overall industry field? Have you guys noticed any changes, and how do you feel about them?
For me, it's really cool seeing more and more characters of color being made.
Okay.
Different cultural backgrounds.
Yeah.
And being introduced, and making sure that people that belong to those cultural backgrounds are getting the chance to play these characters.
Yeah.
Because it adds a different level of authenticity. Like, Sarah was saying, the Russian is so bad, right?
Sure.
Which, like, a Russian person would hear and be like, this is so bad. This isn't me. This isn't doesn't represent me.
Yeah.
But Sarah comes along and does it the right way, and they go, oh, finally.
There it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's happening more and more, which
And
is
I
really,
mean,
really
let
cool.
me be clear, like there are people who can do it really, really well, and when people can do it really well, I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's the
oh
cool-
wow,
yeah.
you did that. That's awesome, and I don't mind it, but like mostly it's
Exactly.
yeah.
And that's all over the place,
Has
right?
been great.
Okay.
Yeah, so like now it's cool that we have like Miles Morales is really, really
Love that.
popular.
Yeah. Very
Obviously,
popular.
I grew up with Peter Parker for the most part, and now it's cool seeing a Spider-Man that looks like me.
Yeah.
Still love Peter Parker, but it's cool to have. And I feel like that's happening more and more, where they're adding different sorts of backgrounds and perspectives
For
Yeah.
sure.
in these stories. It's really
For
cool.
sure. So Sarah, you've been in the industry for many years.
Like
Any
20.
industry changes that are, at the top of your forefront? Thinking
Yeah, the
about
way
that.
people get in has changed, I would say. There is way more opportunity now with the internet. We
Yeah,
didn't really have that.
that's how I got in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, really?
The internet.
I
Yeah,
didn't
started
know
off
that.
online. Yeah.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Okay, are we allowed to talk about that? Should we ask you about that?
Sure, if you want. I want
That'd be
you to
so
answer
great.
the question first.
Yeah, no, back in my day,
Back in my day, there was no internet.
there was no
There was
internet.
AOL 2.0.
The internet became like popular, but when I got Pokemon, it was like 2006, and that's when like people started
Yeah.
chatting online, and
Yeah.
that was a fun time. But I pounded the pavement. I would get a newspaper called Backstage. I would circle the auditions I want to like
Wow.
submit for, and then I would put a headshot and resume together with a staple,
Right.
with a little cover letter for each audition.
Wow.
I would mail it to the address
Uh-huh.
and be like, "Hi, I want to audition for this."
Wow.
Could you imagine?
Crazy. No, not at all, actually.
No,
That sounds overly complicated.
So now you can still go on backstage.com and just hit a
yeah.
button with all your stuff already in it and write a little like, hey, I want to audition, whatever, this is why I'm right for it,
Yeah.
and be done with it, and that's it. And you never waste any paper.
That's
there we
crazy.
go. And it's
Yeah.
instantaneous.
Instant.
Imagine that.
I had no idea that they had a newspaper.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So
Back in
that's-
my day.
that's back in my day. I'm not even that
So
old.
let's choose our next round of Pokemon.
Oh, sure.
I
It looks
lost.
like it looks like you lost, unfortunately. But that's okay. Let's do a rematch. We got enough time for one more round.
We do?
Okay.
Okay.
And it looks like why don't we go ahead and press the A button, or one of you guys press A, and we'll get this going. You guys can choose whatever new Pokemon you want. Looks like AJ, you're in control. So
Yeah,
go over to
okay.
Battle Now with the other stick. Okay, here we go. Yep, Battle Now.
Okay.
We're gonna go 2-player. Maybe I'm in control. I don't know. Here we go.
Oh, that's one player, I think.
Yeah, here we go.
is it
2
2
players.
players?
You
Okay,
guys have it. Choose your 3 Pokemon. Throw them out. And then while you're doing that, I'm going to call on our fan question over here. Are you ready to go? Great. Right up into the mic. Tell us your name and where are you from?
All right, my name is Ian. I'm from Columbus. So very specific question. It's okay if you don't know. But if you had to choose one, what would Takamichi's favorite Pokemon be?
Ooh.
Takamichi's favorite Pokemon.
Ooh, I've never thought about this ever in my life.
Give us a little background for those of you guys who don't know who Takamichi is. Who is he? What does he do? What's his personality? What anime? Go for it.
Takamichi is from Tokyo Revengers. He's the main character. Man, I'm struggling to think about this. He is kind of...
He gets body slammed in a wrestling arena.
Yes, he does that exactly.
Yep. That was him in the background. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
He's kind of a quote-unquote loser, right?
Okay.
He's at a point in his life, he's a little bit older when the story starts, where not much is going on. He's kind of eating ramen noodles out of a cup, watching the news,
Sure.
and his house is a mess. But then, kind of like I talked about earlier, through the course of the story, he kind of picks himself up and becomes strong. You know what? Maybe he'd have a Pikachu.
Maybe.
Because I feel like whenever I'm watching Pokemon, like Pikachu is always like, ah, and then Ash is like, come on.
Excuse me, what's the impression?
Yeah, let's hear the impression of Pikachu.
Oh no!
Pikachu, no.
Ash!
Wait. Didn't Pikachu like say human words during a movie once?
Yes, and I
Yeah, he
choose
did
you.
actually.
Yeah, and who voiced that?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe it was Kate Bristol, I believe.
You didn't do that.
I auditioned for it.
Oh, you did?
I didn't
Okay.
get it.
Anyway, so
Can't
keep
win 'em all,
going. So
can't
you have
catch
to
'em
answer
all.
the question though. Takamichi's
Pikachu.
Pokemon that he would have. Pikachu.
I think Pikachu, because Pikachu is always like, whenever he gets hurt, Ash is like, come on, Pikachu, get up. And he gets up.
Ash impression? Oh, that's good.
That's a good Ash impression.
good
There
Ash
we go.
I keep forgetting you're here. He's like,
I'm
get up.
right here.
And then he
I'm
gets
gonna
up.
beat you
he
in a
gets
second.
Pikachu,
You better
and
watch
then
your
he wins.
blood.
So that's Takamichi, I feel like. So yeah, Pikachu.
Okay, Pikachu. That was a really fun question. We got another fan question over here. Into the mic. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Taylor. You guys kind of like went over this earlier, but like, is it hard to maintain the same voice for your character who doesn't age? You know what I mean? Like, as you guys like grow
Oh.
older,
Is it
is
hard to maintain the same voice as we
Yeah,
age?
especially because like you've been voicing Ash for like 17 years. Like
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah, Ash has been like 10 years old for
he
like
doesn't like
20
he doesn't
years.
age that much.
Yeah.
Or, like
Right.
Takemichi like doesn't really. I guess he ages, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, is it just hard to like maintain the same voice? I guess is my question.
Yeah.
No, for you?
No, you?
For me, yes. Depending on how high the voice is. I'm actually starting, because I've had to do so much screaming, it's starting to, so I need to be careful. Because I still have my higher range. I have a naturally higher
Yeah.
voice. Takamichi isn't a problem because that's pretty much just my normal voice. But I've played some like young kids where I'm like, oh, I feel like I sounded a little bit more convincing 3 years ago than I do right now. And we'll see. I'm taking some like singing lessons and stuff, and I'm trying to like make sure that I'm taking proper care of it and doing the right techniques so that when strenuous things show up, I'm not completely destroying my vocal cords.
Yeah.
But for right now, I think I can still do pretty much everything that I could do before. What happened?
Got
missed.
it. She just
Uh-oh.
missed the hydro pump. Yikes.
Dang.
All right. Those were great questions. Thank
Very
you
good.
so much.
Very good.
All right. So we were talking about industry changes. I actually wanted to hear your thoughts about AI and how it's potentially going to impact you, your thoughts about where the future lies with that
Yeah.
in AI voice acting.
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys have any thoughts on that? So tell me your
Yeah.
thoughts while choosing your next Pokemon attack. Do it. That's you. Here we go. Whatever attack you want.
I think it's very scary for a lot of us, right?
Okay, very scary.
Because it seems the prospect of it is like they're going to take all of our jobs and da 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 da. I don't think right now that's going to happen anytime soon because marketing, right? No one wants AI AJ to show up at their
Right.
favorite thing. They want AJ to show up.
Sure.
And that means if people like AJ, they might listen to the thing or watch the thing or play
Yeah.
the thing. And on top of
Good
God.
job. Ice Beam. Ice Beam was the good move.
Oh no.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, keep going with that.
And right now, I think it has a negative connotation because the main thing is, at least in our space, the entertainment space, there's certain things that could make things better, but for the most part, the way they're implementing it is
Yeah.
a replacement, which isn't necessary.
Yeah.
Right? We're perfectly good at what we can do. The
Sure.
only reason to implement AI would be for costs. And I think a lot of consumers see that and they're like, well, I like human beings.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pay them, you know? And on top of that, it has this uncanny valleyness to it where it sounds much realer than Siri, but there's still a little bit of it where if you hear it in a YouTube video, I was actually doing some research.
Yeah.
It has a much higher click-off rate on
Really?
YouTube, or like if they hear AI, they
Yeah.
just don't. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as of right now, I'm not necessarily worried.
Okay.
It'll get better.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going anywhere, so we got to figure that out. But
All right.
right now, I think we're good.
The
Okay, Sarah, what do you
assignment,
think?
the assignment for you guys, it's really on you. Like
True.
my concern isn't so much that we're gonna lose our jobs; it's that you guys are gonna be okay with it. It's
Yeah.
that you guys are gonna become so desensitized to hearing these fake voices that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, we're used to this. don't get used to it.
Yeah.
Don't get used to it, please, please, please.
Yeah.
This happened on Broadway. My mom is a violinist, and they cut the violin section down from like, I don't know, maybe 12 violins, maybe, I don't know, remember, a large amount of violins to 3, 2, 1, maybe just a synthesizer sometimes.
Wow.
And audiences were fine. They're fine.
Yeah.
You know, and they're still selling tickets, you know, so it's on you guys to like keep your ears open, listen for us, listen for human beings, and follow us on social media so that you know when they're using AI on our voices, like sure it's gonna sound like us, but it's not what we would do.
Right.
It's not our souls. It's not us producing the performance.
Yeah.
It's a computer producing our voices.
Yeah.
Those are two different things.
Exactly.
So
it's very dangerous.
Stay alert, please.
Yeah, be aware of that stuff. I mean, if you look fast forward 5-10 years from now, I think there's eventually going to be an AJ media kit with your voice lines that they would insert into an AI.
Yeah.
And then you would just have to license that out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really scary when you think about it.
very
There's
scary.
a Sarah, AI media kit. Here you go. Like, you can
If
say
it
whatever you
becomes
want.
that, we're all gonna. If everybody does it, we're all gonna do it, and that's just like,
Yeah.
How it is.
radio becomes television. So
Things
we get
evolve.
internet, things evolve.
Yeah.
You can't completely ignore it or shun it. You can't, but you have to work with the people that are very hell bent on using it.
Yeah, I don't think a
be
world
like,
in
all right,
which
huh?
I don't think a world in which actors go away is going to happen.
No.
Right.
Because there's always going to be people that are like, I want to hear people.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen though, or a higher chance happening is the stuff that I did starting out in the indie space online.
Right, that's
people
tough.
will go, well, I don't want to pay anybody. There's a lot of voice actors starting out that will do it for free. But they don't know that. They're just like, I want to make something. And it might be easier for them and more accessible for them instead of hosting a casting call to just click on AI, which means it's a lot harder to practice. It's a lot harder to get your start, which means the amount of professionals decrease.
Right.
So we're getting paid more money because we're these niche new things still,
Right.
but there's a lot less of us working, which isn't as great, So
Right.
It's going to be harder to get into any industry. The more they use AI, there won't be interns.
Yeah.
There won't be, beginner voice actors who do a couple of lines here and there and get to know the director in person,
Yeah.
Like that's the sad fact that we have to kind of grapple with and try to prevent.
For sure.
And I mean, it's really everywhere. It's not just
it's everything.
voice
It's
acting.
everything.
It's the artists over there. They're out there, making their own sketches. Like some people try to pass off AI art, right,
All
as
the
real
time.
things, which is
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. What do we got over here? Sarah, you got to check your Pokemon. See who you have left. You've got 2 more Pokemon, Vileplume or Sandslash. Either down or right, whatever you want. Perfect. We have about 5 minutes left, so let's see if we can get this battle finished off.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I would love to take a fan question with the little Chimchar over here. Love that. What's your name and where are you from? Right into the mic.
I'm Gabrielle from Detroit,
Hi.
and I was wondering for both of you, since you've worked on the show for so long, what was a moment while you were working on it that you really felt like a fan, like a moment that hit you, like, oh my gosh? Because obviously you guys are very tied to the show, but it is, a job. So at what point were you like, oh wow, like you felt really invested in it?
Yeah.
There was so much of that for me. So much of it. I grew up with Pokemon. I was 10 years old when the show came out.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, like, a lot. There's a particular... I remember when Ash got into a fight with Serena, that we got to sense his humanity and, like, so just actually, like, have this terrible conflict with this girl that I love, my favorite girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a moment that I'm, like, just remembering. And, of course, I don't want to spoil it, but the end.
Yeah. So, for me, I actually didn't grow up too much watching Pokemon. Just TV in general, I wasn't watching too much.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV as a kid. Were you not allowed?
There
Or
were
you just
certain
didn't
things I
want
was
it?
allowed to watch and certain
Okay.
things I wasn't.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know what Pokemon is. I did
Yeah.
watch some episodes and everything like that. For me, it was more so because Pokemon is so kind of woven into my generation's just like being. The point in which I got to join the franchise, while I wasn't a huge Pokemon fan, I was like, wow, I'm getting in right at the tail end of this last season, and it's a big season for obvious reasons. And I was like, this is it felt like I wasn't a kid anymore. I was like, this is weird. I don't like this. And it made me kind of emotional where I'm like, I don't even watch this.
Yeah.
But this is so important to how so many of us have grown up. So I can't say there's one particular moment where I was just like, wow, but it was more of a realization for me than anything. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Great question. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, come on over. What's your name and where are you from? Ooh, that mic.
Yeah, I can't hear
Hold
you.
on, let's try. There we go.
Hi, my name is Jonathan. I'm from Columbus. The question I have for both of you is, if there was a character you both like really wanted to play from like a different anime, who would it be and why?
Yeah.
If you had another role from a different anime, what role would you want to play from a different anime that you really
One that
wanted
exists or like one that's coming? One that exists?
Either or.
to? Either or.
Goku.
Yeah.
Goku. Okay.
Go.
I want to be big and strong.
Um,
I don't know.
for me, Sasuke. If I could go back in time, Yuri does an amazing job, and I love his performance. It means a lot to me personally, but I just love edgy characters. I love playing them. They're just
Yeah, me
fun.
too.
So I would love to play Sasuke. That'd be really cool.
That would be super fun. I'm sure we'd all love to see that. All right, so grass Pokemon versus grass Pokemon. Who's going to win? We are right at our time, so I've got one more question that I want to ask both of you guys. It's a real thinker. It's a real thinker.
Okay.
It's about lasting legacy, right? Because when you think about it, you know, you guys are making all of these voice lines. You guys are characters.
Right.
Everyone's enjoying that work, that piece of art that you guys make.
Right.
What kind of lasting legacy do you want to leave on your entire career over here, right? How do you
Yeah.
want to be remembered by the future generations of voice actors,
Yeah.
your kids,
Yeah.
you know, your grandkids, all that stuff? Tell me about what kind of legacy you want to leave.
Wow.
That's a deep one,
question.
right? That's a deep one. We like ending with that.
I want to be remembered by the end of my career as a good person that treated his fans right. And just my whole goal is just to do the best I can. You know, for me, I'm black and Afro-Latino specifically, and having people come up to me and telling me how important it is to see me in this space is really, really cool. So I just want to continue to do a good job as best as I can, and hopefully inspire other people that look like me to follow their dreams, because I feel like people that look like me are encouraged to play sports or do music, stuff like that, but acting, voiceover, not so much. So being able to see somebody actively in this space, doing the work, is very important. So I want to be remembered just for being good at what I do and being visible. Yeah, I just want to be visible.
Yeah, same. I've gotten to think a lot about legacy because of what I have. It's there's a calling to it. There's a lot of pressure to it. You know, my job now is to inspire children to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Yeah.
You know.
True.
And
Not the job you auditioned for.
Huh?
Not the job you auditioned for,
That's
technically.
the job I auditioned for, technically. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think about that, you know. So I want to continue doing that, and I want to lead by example and do all the things that I've set out to do. You know, I'm booking a lot more voice acting roles. Follow me on social media. I have an
Yes.
announcement coming Monday. I'm very
Let's
excited
go,
about.
Monday!
Yeah.
We love Mondays.
We love Mondays, all of a sudden. And I'm stepping back into on-camera work. So that's a scary thing to do after a while away from it. So, just keep challenging myself and leading by example and encouraging kids who are like, oh, I don't think I can do that. No, I don't really know what I want to be when I grow up. Like, no, I take them to task, like at my table.
Right.
I'm like, no, but what are you thinking,
Yeah.
So, yeah, just encouraging people to do more than they think they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yay.
great.
Yeah.
We're going to take one more fan question right over here, and then we're
Yeah.
going to call it a day.
Awesome.
Looks like
What
we're
am I
going to end it in a draw because it's grass versus grass over here.
Yeah, this is
What's
tough.
your name and where are you from?
No,
I'm
gonna win.
Megan. I'm from Kentucky.
Hi.
And what was it like meeting your predecessors, Veronica Taylor and Yuri, for the very first time when you started doing your stuff?
Wait, say that
Is that
again.
okay? What was it like meeting your predecessors when you took over roles? Is that okay?
Oh,
for
we
you?
don't
Oh.
meet when we take over roles.
I wish.
That's it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wish. I can't necessarily say I've met anybody. I'll answer the first question though, the first part of it. How was it like meeting my predecessors? For me, that's like people I look up to. Recently, I met Yuri and Steve Bloom, and I was so nervous. And I walked away kind of just being really grateful because they're such nice people, and were so encouraging. And I walked away going, I want to be this for somebody else in 20 years. I would love to be that. So I kind of walked away inspired. I was already obviously inspired by how good they are, but also inspired by them as people. So I hope I can do the same thing for somebody else one day. Yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent. Great question. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. Why don't you guys, starting with AJ, tell us what you're working on now if you don't have any NDAs or
Sure.
look forward to future announcements, where everyone can find you, social plugs, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then Sarah can knock that out as well.
All right.
All right, go for it.
So you can follow me on any socials at AJ Beckles VO, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same. In terms of what I can talk about, Beyblade. I'm the main character of the new Beyblade series, which is really cool. Beyblade X, it's on Disney XD. I think there are 2 episodes in, and it's been a blast to record. And Beyblade is another franchise I grew up with that I am pleasantly surprised that a lot of people are starting to get back into, which is really cool. I'm really excited for Sugalite, which I talked about. I got to announce the other day from Honkai, and there's like more stuff I'm going to be announcing slowly throughout the rest of the year. Maybe next month, maybe a couple of things that I'm really excited about. So if you do follow me, look forward to it, and thank you so much if you do.
Love that. All right.
Okay. So there's so much I can't talk about, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm mostly on Instagram. I peek in stories. I love doing stories. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, all of it. And that's where I make all the announcements. Like I said, I'm in Fortnite, Ringmaster Scar, get in there. You can find her. She's very loud, just like I am right now. And Tokyo Revengers, I'm Yuzuha. And that's all I can talk about right now.
Yeah.
But I'm also in Pokemon Horizons. I play a lot of the Pokemon. The coolest ones are coming out in the next drop, unfortunately, so I can't talk about that either. But yeah, follow me. You'll enjoy.
That's right. So everyone, let's give our 2 guests a round of applause.
Thank you, guys.
I think they did amazing. We are competing with literal wrestling
Yeah.
10 feet away, and I hope that you guys are really, really appreciative of that. Once again, my name's Abdallah. Thank you so much for coming out. We have tons of content on the stage over here, so don't miss out on it tomorrow especially. And follow all these guys on social media. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later.
Bye. Thank you.